Hello and welcome. This is support for self-healing number 2, and we have just it's 1:13 a.m. on Monday, the 11th December 2023. Let's breathe. Breathe deeply into our center. Connect deeply with Earth wherever you are based. We have the capacity to self-heal. We have the ability to do this with our own resources. With that, wherever we find ourselves, if it is like right now in the middle of the night, being with no other human being, sharing the space, if you are in that lucky position, maybe with a cat, and however short or however long your focus on your ability of self-healing has been, however many times unconsciously or consciously, we had to push the awareness of our body showing a reaction. Something that is coming or was coming up via via the body's voice. Whether the reaction is very visceral, so from the cells, from the physical cells, or from the I want to say cellular matrix, and whether this is something that you experienced in this life, or this belongs to another life, a family member, an ancestor, or indeed it may come from the land, and because in this time a lot is being purged, a lot is coming up, a lot is calling for attention. And I'm getting an image of young babies that are waking up, during the night, and they may have a stomach or heart chakram reaction, which is explained as wind, as a colleague, as a young human being, organs growing into the vibration of Earth, and even this young human being healing something, as we all have been in that state, and maybe as a parent, as a mother, as a family member, you were being picked up and held close to the heart, and maybe picking up also your parent not knowing why the young child was showing a reaction. Maybe it is related to human beings being sensitive towards frequencies that are present in the Earth grid, and the first reaction would be to engage a dowser or an expert for this or that, and that may all be fine, and this may be a way to go. However, It may not be possible because right now one needs support in this now moment. It could be that also for whatever reason there is what we would refer to as a scar or scar tissue in our beingness. Maybe your body is guiding you to take in some water, as there are what we would call symptoms, feelings, reactions showing, and your body is talking with you. So when you take this water, asking for healing, blessing, health, understanding, I cannot at this moment explain why the first reaction is to push the message from the body away and under. Maybe this is what our ancestors had to do. Maybe this is how society dealt with it when you grew up. Or maybe this is how you had to react in previous moments when you were out of the house somewhere and you could not pay attention to it. Maybe also because you were looking after others. Yeah, in fact, maybe this is an old hard wound lodged in the land, lodged in this planet, lodged in the heart chakram, lodged in the memory, and with this lodged in the human body. For those of us who are feeling this, we can use our own ability and whatever words come up for you, whatever resonates for you, the guidance given in this moment is to use any tone. May you call it light language that is coming through. Now, calling the ocean, to the sea of light. I, this being, is kindly requesting inside. Singing into this being, talking to the cells of light within. My dear body, what do you wish to Like to say, what's coming up is all the moments we lived through, of not knowing, of no one else being there. Listen, who could feel with us. Also collected, excuse me, also connected to grief. Maybe when we were small, few months old, held in the arms of our family, we were the hope, and we picked up the remnants of grief of the kindest, the loveliest, sweetest human beings around us. Maybe even our birth had challenges, and our mother may not remember because it was custom to give chemical pain relief. So there is also a loss of how we as human beings are birthed into this world. Most likely not in our own home, not in our own community, not in our own land, ground, or ocean water. So reclaiming the birthing into a secure nest, also being birthed into wise family that welcomes us. When really the imprint for many is that children are not wanted, are not wanted in that moment, not because nobody wants children, because life may not be so supportive and wonderful for the feeling of creating a family in peace may arise. And in many societies, the idea of sharing one's love, one's beingness, one's body, one's soul with another is highly misunderstood. In the forefront stand values of pleasure and not of the responsibilities and consequences, as somehow in this history for a few thousand years or so, a few hundred years or so, a few generations or so, this bond was severed. So what is coming from the field to share is letting go of this outdated paradigm. And so our body that is multidimensional is talking with us, and it may be an unexplained, on first sight, invisible scar passed through the generations, not intentionally hurting, wishing to hurt anyone, but simply because for each human being birthed, bringing with it an ability, a sensibility, a sensitivity to sense this, and bringing in the energetic or genetic codes from its origin, being birthed on earth into this realm, breathing here, coming here, maybe just for hours, for days, for years, for decades, for a century, but anchoring the ability to self-heal, even as or especially when no one picks this up from their voice. So it's being expressed here. The recording is only a witness, as the prayers being said for the land, for the home, for the loved ones, for the generations of recurrences, for the water that passes through this body as an action of love, a gesture of compassion, words that do care, is through the life elixir of the mother's milk or of a formula, but through drinking in food and love and presence, being held. So being held in the arms of family, mother or father, grandmother and grandfather, of sister and brother, cousins and friends, bringing so much joy as small human beings are so connected to their origin, the life source that is so little celebrated in everyday life. In this fast world where so far there has been less and less time for being there, where having to go to work, having to go to school, having to do things were more important than being together in the safety of one's home and saying this, how many homes were and are disrupted because of the duty call and some conflict, some war, disrupted having a secure place. And then if you come from the generation of not having a soldier in your family. Many labeled as a normal reactions, consuming more one love, one partner, one girlfriend, boyfriend, one husband, one wife being not enough. Society creating superficial, artificial desires, using propaganda, manipulation, advertising of what makes up, what creates a real man, a real woman, imprinting a role that is lodged in every stone of each building, in every raindrop that touches the windows, in every wind that moves the branches of the nearby trees. Be pleased to hear it is changing now. Take a deep breath into your deep-seated heart center. Those of us who have attempted to heal themselves all their lives, who studied much and asked a lot and may have not found the depth they needed. Maybe now through the realm of this kind of technology, even though there was always a way to record things in this last century, or you wrote them down. Of course, many writings got lost and disappeared. However, everything ever written, everything ever spoken, everything ever recorded is held within the air, soil, the waters, the fires of this world, the elementals. When you take a sip of water, do it with the utmost love, compassion, and healing intention for yourself, for all those that loved you, for all those that you love. For that we are beings of love, and much is being healed. That is maybe why we wake up in the middle of the night. If the emissions are from the cosmos, the galaxies that simply reflect cosmos, the galaxy within us. So whatever feeling is registered, whatever thought is noticed, whatever intuition is perceived, it is worthy of attention. Just rest assured, your love heals all. Those scars, if they are real because of something that happened, those scars that are invisible because they are just got passed on in the DNA. All those scars are created simply through listening to the news, through breathing in the air, as we can sense our fellow human beings experiencing suffering. That leaves an imprint that nudges us to look deep, and some of us may simply need to speak this. as without going deep within, someone needs to pay attention. Someone needs to care. So those that are there for each other, those that are there in whichever way they can, those that care, put themselves on the line, focus on the healing. Let's wrap some love around us. Create a golden cauldron using colored light, whichever one comes. The blue, the magenta, is it gold, green or pink? Is it rainbow colors? Is it white light? Whatever works for you in this moment, whatever your body needs, your being needs. I'm wrapping my arms around you. I'm placing into my arms each of my loved ones. If those are still here in this realm or those are next to me in the other realm, I'm embracing my parents. I'm embracing my grandparents. I'm embracing my uncles and aunts, my cousins, my sisters and brothers. I'm embracing all those in the family tree I've never met, but they were part of it. They are part of it. I'm embracing all those spouses and partners and loved ones from all those that are part of that family group. I'm embracing my friends, even though I have not spoken to them for a long time, maybe. I'm embracing my home and I'm embracing myself through all the ages, being 1 breath old, being 1 day old, being 1 year old, being 1 decade old, being several decades old, being a century old. I'm embracing my ancient, young, eternally, forever living part of me. I'll embrace it, all this love, with all my words, with all my wisdom, honoring deeply, being that being of love, that being of light, as we all are, each one of us, each one having their own talent, their own ability, their own voice. Even if you find that many people in your vicinity may not have the flavor or voice that supports you enough, therefore, this offering of this recording, that you may feel yourself held in the arms of this voice, this breath, this intention to be there to support you in your own self-healing. That we all do every day, every breath is resting, is doing very little and doing a lot inside, being a lot. So if we withdraw into our cave, if we stay in our bed, if we spend time in our room, in our home, making things nicer, prettier, lighter, creating things that come from within, letting them arise in us, and maybe you long for a human family, for human friends, and maybe being a deep, profound, complex, intense, powerful, strong. Soul, as in on your own. We can find connection. We can give connection. We can intend. We can emit love. We can send love. Even if our words are not being heard or our opinion not being understood, we go beyond that now. Everything is changing. These scars, these stumble blocks, these bumps within our makeup, these old patterns, these miasma, these or miasma, these programs, the conditioning, the manipulating, the overwhelm we have been facing. It is healing. The world is shifting. We are regaining our strength, our light, our wisdom. We most likely have to change things. But each time we address something that is coming up, maybe in the middle of the night, maybe in the middle of the day, and maybe you are spending most of this time on your own. Maybe you had to let go of things you loved, people you loved, work you loved, a home you loved, a car you loved, just emotional connections that symbolize your life, your freedom. Maybe you had to let go of, yeah, youth, of the ability to do things you were accustomed to. Maybe we all need to slow down, need to do less. So we use the energy for the inside. This journey, though, the only pointers go there Go here, feel this, love that, is our own self. But rest assured, it is healing. The vibration of this soft pastel colored goldenish pinkish light is what I call the golden cauldron, because there are many colors being stirred in this soup of alchemy that is overwriting, transmuting, transforming, healing. All that needs to be witnessed. When you take a drink, just focus on the intention to heal you, to fill your life with abundance. And even if you can no longer go for long walks, maybe you need to rest. Just remember that the air you breathe is natural. You can filter out what is not required. And the water you drink and the food you eat is still made from resources of this earth. So follow step by step, bit by bit, what your heart, what your body, what your mind, what your being requires. The last thing to share for today, for now, is to say that the most profound we can give right now to support the self-healing of this planet to support the self-healing of our lives, to support the self-healing of every being that shares life in this galaxy, on this planet Earth now, is to focus into the peace within, onto the love within, and self-promote in us the love, the compassion, the understanding, the breathing in and out, all acknowledging our ability to self-heal now. So this is just a little support to remind you of your talent, your gift, your innate multidimensional humanness that has always been there, but has enabled you to acknowledge now and face now and speak now and feel now, perceive and sense now, whatever you need, the whole self for you, I, we are healing ourselves. Maybe it is the only reason, the only profound way why we came here to share this path amongst ourselves, to share it with you. And speaking up for me, I'm speaking up for you, I'm speaking up for Earth, and together, galaxy, Earth, nature, animals do their thing, and humanity, you and I, we do our thing, and together we leave an imprint of our breath, of our voice, our steps, our love here on Earth now, the ability to self-heal and support through people like us. And so it is. Thank you for sharing. This is Blue, blueroom.org.